triumph ignites the spirit, where victory paves the path to glory. Behold the Six of Wands, a symbol of achievement, of recognition earned through sheer determination. Join the parade of champions. Feel the surge of pride as your success is heralded. Embrace the laurels of triumph, for your journey leads to admiration and honor. The Six of Wands, where victory becomes your legacy. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for being with us. We have, as always, Hershe, the shadow reader, and our guest, Jeff from Tarotaskbackwards.
Michelle will be joining us. She is staging, but Michelle is here. She's coming.
Oh, okay. She's getting camera ready. Okay.
Yeah, hair and makeup.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I first personally say y'all can be jealous?
Oh, yes.
And I have to tell y'all I ain't gonna read it because y'all gonna have to buy the book. But if you buy it and you get to that ornamental poem, have some tissue. Have some tissue. But they're always sitting right on my coffee table. I'm constantly picking them up. Thank you so much, Jeff.
You're welcome, Hershe. Both of you. Thank you. Thank you for what you do for me.
Thank you for gracing our home with those great books.
Oh my God.
Plenty to ponder and dive into and see where you were mentally at one period in your life.
Oh yeah, I got it all documented. The only thing is I don't put dates on them. I should though.
Yeah.
I should have. Only
I don't date mine either. I
anybody
want
tuning into us,
not the etched date. You know, I just want the nostalgia of the memory. So I understand. I don't date mine either. So
I don't date them for some reason. Yeah. Because they can mean something differently now. So
anybody tuning into us can find the links to Jeff's books in the description. Some good read and speaks for itself.
I haven't gotten that one.
Soon to be released, 78 Degrees of Separation.
Something like that. Yeah. I have all the titles.
I'm going to have the Monopoly. I'm going to have all three of them.
I went through all of them this weekend and I consolidated what was here, what was on this laptop, what was on that laptop. And there's something like 40 or 50 I've got. They just need to be edited. And then I want this summer to put them out. So
good shit. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Good shit. I love it. I will have a Monopoly because I will have three.
PD's here. I think it was a hit and run.
Well, she probably had to go pee or get some coffee or a handy dandy notebook or something. You know how PD is. She had to go talk to Andy or one of the cats or something. You know, she ain't gone too far. She's in her favorite word, lurking mode.
Yeah, we're having some kitty drama in the household. Hershe had to break up a bloody cat fight in her bedroom this morning.
Cat hair everywhere. Oh my God.
Are they fighting for your attention?
No, I think they're fighting over the room itself because the room wasn't allowed to have any cats in it. And then the only one I kind of allowed to come in that room is the one that I call Red or Red Man. And that's the red one. And Crete has been taking advantage of that when Red isn't in the room. Well, this morning, Red came in. Red was in the room. He was minding his own business, chilled out, sprawled out on the shag carpet, enjoying life, giving himself a damn good bath. And Crete crept his ass down the hallway into my room and started his playful shenanigans. And Red wasn't going for it in the bedroom. And it went from play to blood real quick. Hot mess. One has balls, one don't. You know, it's just a cat thing. I probably shouldn't have said balls. One has been neutered. Sorry.
Thank you for
Forgot,
joining
it's
us,
Sunday
Shelley.
fun day for me, but somebody else might be in church, and I completely apologize.
They're running this in church right now on a big screen somewhere. A very progressive church.
Esoteric church.
We should call it the Church of Toad or the Church of Frog. We should create it.
We should create a church.
Well, that would give us tax exempt status.
I would do it too. I would. I'm at that point where I want to. I want to either go off the grid or.
Oh
do something
man, is this
like
the
that.
point where we have to say for entertainment purposes only?
Purposes only.
Literally talking shit, and somebody will take us serious.
Hi, I'm Ron Hubbard. Welcome to the Church of Tarot. Tarotology.
This is our business accountant, Michelle. We'd like to welcome Michelle to the screen.
Business accountant.
Legal department and HR.
I can't see far away, so I'm like, I'm too far. I need to turn the table.
So you see how we add the numbers up, right? We make sure Michelle takes her glasses off.
When I'm up close, I can't see with them on. Whatever, be quiet.
Okay, let's jump right
I'm gonna
into
go get my
this.
ring because I think I need it today. She's just feisty.
You can blame it on Hershe today. Everybody just blame it on Hershe today.
I'm just kidding.
I'm strong enough.
We avoided yesterday's and the previous days bad weather here in Houston, but we are getting ready for showers and severe weather today.
I feel it all in my head. I was wondering why I couldn't feel the barometric pressure. The damn storms weren't. Well, hello. The storms weren't.
It's a welcome feistiness, the energy though. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, let's start with our keywords, shall we? 20 of each this week. I promise, not 15. I won't.
Can you mute me because I'm too far away to push the button? Because I'm going to go through my
Keywords
cards.
for the Six of Wands tarot card in the upright position. Victory, success, recognition, achievement, triumph, celebration, honor, public acclaim, pride, leadership, confidence, progress, validation, advancement, support, reputation, empowerment, approval, self-assurance, fulfillment. Keywords for the Six of Wands tarot card in the reverse position. Setback, failure, loss, humiliation, defeat, lack of recognition, criticism, self-doubt, arrogance, misjudgment, embarrassment, unfulfilled expectations, overconfidence, insecurity, ego bruised, public scrutiny, disappointment, lack of validation, falling short, need for assessment. So this week's card, in its positive light, we want the Six of Wands upright. Whereas last week we wanted the Five of Wands upside down. What deck was that six from, Jeff?
Old style tarot. And I'm wondering, do you guys think there's an element of exhibitionism? I mean, if for right or wrong to this card, like to the Six of Wands?
Well, it definitely can get to one's ego if you're at this point. But then it also could be a warning that if you stick out in a crowd that people may come after you, like Herod or some biblical calamity. You're going against the scribes and the hierophants of the time and parading into town successful and victorious, and there might be a an Easter Friday coming up for you because you're going to get crucified.
Yeah, I was going to say that too, that it had to do with that too, is what I thought. Like a procession for death.
Yeah. But enjoy the acclaim while you can, because you're getting attention, unwanted attention, from the higher ups. So you wanted to be discreet, but we put on this parade for you to come through town, and we're celebrating you and elevating you.
To ruin you.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Inadvertently make you a target.
Yeah.
So upright or reversed, would that make you a target? Would it only have to be upright or reversed to be the target? I mean, ultimately, the ultimate
Well,
end of
you
it-
draw the attention on to yourself coming into town upright, but if it's reversed, it's all those negative traits that can come after you.
Who
Okay.
is the woman that rode naked on the horse to prove a point?
Lady Godiva?
I think it
Is
does.
this is what I'm picturing in my head, hearing what you guys are saying. Again, you guys know I don't necessarily see tarot the same way most people do. I understand the basics, so to speak, symbology and all that is not used by me by the way that I read, the way I interpret everything. I see this card as a duality card. I don't see it as anything more than strictly to be aware if it's in the upright position, that somebody could be stroking your superego, so to speak. And if I see it in reverse, then I see it as the universe challenging you to stop with the blatant ignoring of sigils, signs, synchronicities, and find the courage that you desperately need to get back into
To get that victory.
a balance, a dual situation, because it's fire energy, but it's balanced with earth. If you don't get that balance right, you cause earthquakes and volcanoes and mass destruction. So I really see this card as a card of duality and awarenesses and challenges.
I respect that one because that makes a lot more sense to me than saying, well, if
I've
someone's
never looked at
being-
it though as like how you guys were. That's why immediately I pictured the lady naked riding the horse, and I'm like,
Right.
wait a minute.
Well,
They kind
well,
of
in
led
that
her,
narrative,
well, in my opinion, anyway.
Lady Godiva was unknown beauty and was instructed to ride through town naked.
Absolutely.
The townsfolk were instructed not to look, and Peeping Tom did, and suffered the consequence of blindness for doing so.
That's what I mean. Like, I think this would be life itself, the best teacher ever. Basically, either calling your bluff or letting you know you need to be still. But I've never seen it that way, so I appreciate the way of seeing it like that, because I don't believe that everything that she was instructed to do was fair, equal, or just. But she did it, and I can't do anything but respect the woman that does that, or man, regardless of how the rest of the world views that. But when you said that, that was literally what I pictured in my head, and I'm like, holy shit, I've never looked at it like that. Like, wow. Because I've got a lot of respect for that woman, and I've got actually a lot of respect for the Peeping Tom. Honestly, he didn't care what society said; he did what he wanted to do. Consequence be damned. He still faced his fear or whatever, or he.
There's a story that sort of bucks tradition of the hero always looks.
Yeah.
By the way, because I've been gone, the exercise that we were supposed to do for the first 5 cards, but I can give you that off air, and if you want to use it. for a short, maybe.
And was it to gather the ace through the 5 of wands?
Yes.
So if you do that in preparation at the end, Michelle, just remind me again, and you can
We'll go over it.
point out the exercise.
Okay.
Do you have any questions about the 6 of wands?
Well,
Michelle?
the way this, I like the way this, I have the Sassy Burrito and this book is explaining it. I like the, I gotta learn to say the name right, so I don't quite call it Sassy Burrito, but Sassy, I don't even know how to say it. Victory, acclaim, success, enjoying recognition and compliments, external validation, self-esteem, and pride. The 6 wands points chin up to the bright sun and a circular rainbow halo. This is the card. The wands are flowering and beautiful and proud. Love yourself and pat yourself on the back for the results of your hard work. While this card asks you to recognize your self-worth, be wary of self-importance and a bloated ego. In reverse, your confidence might be weak, or you might not be receiving the praise that you think you deserve. See the uplifting music video, give me compliments. Anyways, that was a side note. Be wary of the need for external validation. And that kind of leads into what this book says. When you draw this in your you now position, you are certainly proving you have succeeded and deserve public acclaim. However, be aware that you don't get an inflated ego. As a blockage card, your superiority complex is getting in the way of your true path. And as a future card, you're soon to be victorious and to be the center of attention. So I think it's more, giving yourself credit and recognition when you want to apply it, I guess, to self-improvement work, or not just others recognizing you, it's you recognizing yourself.
Yeah, maybe it's a warning not to let the superego take over.
Yeah.
If you are prideful in some accomplishment.
Yeah, have pride and confidence, but don't it's all in balance.
Don't flaunt it.
To balance.
Don't self-promote. Let the community promote you.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're about ready to go into symbolism. And then maybe Hershe, some of your references can help us after the symbolism.
Okay.
The 6 of Wands tarot card is rich in symbolism, reflecting themes of victory, recognition, and celebration. Here are some of the key symbols commonly associated with the card. Figure on horseback. The central figure typically rides a horse, symbolizing leadership, progress, and control over one's circumstances. The rider's elevated position suggests a sense of authority and accomplishment. Wand or staff. The rider holds a wand or staff, representing the element of fire and willpower needed to achieve success. It signifies energy, ambition, and creative drive. Laurel wreath. Often the wand or staff is topped with laurel wreath, a symbol of victory and triumph from ancient times. It signifies achievement and recognition for one's efforts. Crowd or followers. A cheering crowd or supporters accompany the rider, symbolizing acknowledgement and the admiration from others. This can represent public acclaim, validation, or support of peers and allies. Pathway or parade route. The procession moves along a designated path or parade route, indicating progress and advancement towards one's goals. It suggests that the journey has been successful and is celebrated publicly. Victory, banner, or flag. Sometimes the rider may carry a banner or flag, symbolizing victory and success. It serves as a visible symbol of achievement and may also represent the conquest of challenges or obstacles. Golden colors. The card often features warm golden hues, symbolizing wealth, abundance, and prosperity. These colors evoke a sense of brightness, optimism, and confidence. crown, or helmet. The writer may wear a crown or helmet, symbolizing authority, honor, and leadership. It suggests that the individual has risen to a positive position of prominence and is being recognized for their achievements. Upright posture. The writer stands tall and upright, indicating confidence, self-assurance, and pride in one's accomplishments. It suggests a sense of victory and fulfillment. Cheering gestures. The crowd may be depicted cheering, clapping, or waving, symbolizing approval, admiration, and support. Their positive energy reinforces the sense of achievement and celebration associated with this card. These symbols collectively convey the essence of the Six of Wands, portraying a moment of triumph, recognition, and validation for one's efforts and accomplishments.
Okay.
So ultimately, you know me, I like to read a lot. So I like to pull out a lot of reference stuff, pull out several books. Basically, they all kind of say the same thing, but I just wasn't okay with that. Like, I needed to know why everything was saying the same thing when it came to relevantly the wand situation, right? Well, it was breaking down the six the same way that we ultimately just broke it down with the keywords and everything like that. And I said, but what is it about the six itself, right? Here's what I found. The number six is described only by being a perfect number. It also represents a symbol of marriage. It represents the dedicated Venus goddess. It also represents the ability to take the number six and use the tools and property that come with it to create not just any star, but the one and only Star of David. It also represents as above, so below, as within, so without, and to the soul as to the universe. It also has the ability to be split. When you split a six into two threes, you get the triple goddess and her mate. And when you do that, when you take a whole perfect number, this is the negative aspect. You create a hex. When you put them back together, you get a hexagram, which brings in the vibrations, which brings in the bees, which brings in the literally, if you think about a hexagram and you think about like a beehive, the formation, it's a six-sided hexagram, honestly. Bees need that perfect balance of everything, right? You don't want to split it up if you don't have to, right? It also wants you to understand that there are several sets of important virtues that come with it. Six are revealed as views in the universe. There are six lower chakras, six higher chakras. The word itself represents Sat, S-A-S-H-A-T, and it has a very strong crossroad meaning, literally it says the word crossroad, meaning when it comes to tarot and the number six lovers card. Usually it's represented by a Cupid hovering over a man with the option of two women, hence the crossroad. Anyway, try your best to demonstrate within the power of six and do everything you can to keep from splitting the triple goddess and her mate apart. For the longer you leave them apart, it ends and it turns into chaos. When I think about it, oh my God, like that is literally the best definition of sex I've ever heard in my life, because so many people are already fearful of it, because when you pair it with other sixes, people start, throwing up crosses and shit, but in abundance of it, you have 222 that ultimately adds up to six. You have all these whole prime numbers that you need to create. You can't create a star without the number six. B can't perform a honeycomb without the number six. We can't exist without bees. Bees are attracted to our vibration. If you have a high vibration, you are probably vibrating 6, whether it's your birth path number, your journey, your tarot number, or not. But if you're vibrating at a 6, you're going to match the energy that is perfect. There's balance, there's duality, there's acceptance. I think this is a great breakdown of the 6. And that's what I found so far this week, guys.
That's beautiful.
I like it. I'm actually going to replay this so I can really absorb what you're
I'll
saying.
send you a copy. I've got it in black and white.
Okay.
And anybody else that wants a copy, it's out of this book right here.
Was that the symbols book?
Yeah, this is the not the one you got me, but
No,
this is
the
the
other one.
illustrated version of Signs and
Yeah.
Symbols source book. Yes. Yours
Nice.
is right here. I looked through it and there's literally nothing except for the majors in this. And it's like, wait a minute, there's a whole minors. Why is there no minors in here? But there's
So
no
it may
minors
not
in
be
here, only
the
majors.
book that you thought it was.
I'm sorry.
That might not be the green book that you thought it was, but
It's a source book and I love it.
yeah, and it'll be meant to pass to if it's just a duplication of something you have to, it's gonna be meant for somebody that you come cross paths with.
It's got stuff in there that's not actually in this book. It's just a different more condensed. It's not near as detailed.
No.
I'm done now. Go ahead.
So let's go on to the energy of the suit of wands, not specifically for the 6 of wands, but all the wands suit cards. What is the energy? The suit of wands in the tarot. The suit of wands is associated with the element of fire, representing action, creativity, and passion. Here are some of the characteristics commonly associated with the suit of wands. Action and initiative. Wands are often linked with taking action, initiating projects, and moving forward with energy and determination. Creativity. This suit embodies creativity, originality, and innovation. It's about expressing oneself authentically and exploring new ideas. Passion and enthusiasm. Wands represent fervor, zeal, and excitement. They signify a strong sense of purpose and enthusiasm for life. Inspiration. Wands are associated with inspiration and the spark of new ideas. They encourage exploration and growth. Courage. This suit symbolizes courage, boldness, and taking risks. It suggests being unafraid to pursue one's dreams and aspirations. Energy and vitality. Wands signify vitality, energy, and drive. They represent a zest for life and the willingness to tackle challenges head on. Adventure and exploration. Wands are linked with adventure, exploration, and the seeking of new experiences. They encourage stepping outside of one's comfort zone and embracing the unknown. Leadership. Wands represent leadership qualities, confidence, and the ability to inspire others. They suggest taking charge of a situation and guiding others towards a common goal. Impulsiveness. On the negative side, wands can sometimes indicate impulsiveness, recklessness, or a lack of planning. They caution against acting too hastily without considering the consequences. Overall, the suit of wands embodies the dynamic, energetic, and passionate aspects of human nature, encouraging us to embrace our creativity, take action, and pursue our goals with enthusiasm. And Hershe, I'm sorry I cut you off with the video. It looks like that you had another reference that you wanted to point out.
Well, I was literally just going to read. I was going to finish it just by saying, like, I just can't go anywhere until I understand the reason. Like, why is there so many attributes? That I was going to actually leave it with a question. Like, why does wands have so many attributes? You don't think about it until you start studying it and looking at the deep dive of it. But I don't see them in cups. I don't see them in sword. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing it. But is it something that is just literally in the wand suit itself?
I think every suit has its trinary or quadra or hexagon properties to them. When you're talking pentacles, you've got not only money, but you've got time, talent, and resources. You know, those are assets that are available to everybody.
Okay.
Time and talent aren't monetary, but and some resources aren't monetary, but they all are things that are valued and can be the energy exchange can be procured with monies.
Okay.
Jeff, do you have anything to add?
So, do we see this as like a manifest card, a card about manifestation at all?
Well, you can, you definitely have to plan to become successful and victorious. You have to put some strategy behind it. You have to put a lot of sweat equity behind it. But it may be dual-sided in that be careful what you wish for or be careful what you gain, because there are adversaries out there that are going to be jealous.
So that's where that duality Hershe had kind of came in again, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, at least in the way I think, I kind of understand the card. I always kind of see this card as like an execution card, like a completion or a victory, or
I don't see it as any of those.
something with gain and success. You know what I'm saying? So I think in a way, maybe a margin of it could be because you manifested it before the 6. I don't think you started manifesting
that
at
card.
the 6, because the 6 to me would represent that you're already en route for the success, the completion, the victory, as long as you keep that alert, that awareness about yourself. As soon as you let the superego kick in, it goes to shit on you real quick, and you're conniving and kinding and disloyal, and you're all of a sudden trying to play tit for tat with everybody. So I think this card.
I think it's the culmination of all the cards before it in the suit.
Yeah. Here's one from my fairy tale that talks about the 6 of Wands represents victory and success, a warrior princess, and is her father's most prized fighter. Her skill is so great he never wishes to part with her, but she rebels. She seeks her own path and recognition for her deeds. So in that sense, that's what made me like your manifestation, but your creation, your own. I don't see it at all as the negative aspects that you guys have been talking about. I don't see them at all like hanging to dry, kind of are out. Like, I do see if you don't keep your focus and you don't keep yourself in check, you can get in your own way, and you can ruin what you've set out to do and what you're currently creating and doing. But I don't see it as leaving someone like out to dry, hanging them out to dry, or just any negative in it, unless you allow it yourself to do that.
Well, those are the inverse position readings, the more negative aspects of becoming inflated of ego and creating a target for yourself.
Yeah,
so I see
others.
Yeah, it's external, not internal. Yeah,
I thought you were saying like it was others were like parading you around to make you a target. That's external for us, and I feel like making yourself a target perhaps
Right.
Right. That's what I meant. You're allowing people to stroke your ego. You're putting yourself out there.
And that's where the duality comes, maybe, of being a good or a bad card. Well, not a good or a bad card.
Yeah, it's just a card that walks a fine line, I think.
Line.
You know, you have to, in my opinion, obviously, it's about knowing that, you know that knock card I have, knowing the difference between stupidity and courage.
Yes.
I get that knock vibe off of this 6 because there really is no difference between stupidity and courage. The only difference, obviously, is standing up and doing it. So
I think you need to pull out your knocks because they've been on my mind all weekend. I think I'm going to buy myself some. They're coming up again.
So,
okay,
and
always
it's
available.
about control. Do you control the narrative, or does
it's literally a perfect coin? You know, you never know what side of the coin you're going to get unless you get out there and flip it.
Let's praise them and let them hang themselves if they're really don't know what they're doing or if they're going to go negative. You hang yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So if this is the culmination up to this point in the wand suit, I would say the ace is your inspiration to achieve something. Your 2 is you're planning on doing it. Your 3 is your starting off on your journey and starting the work for it. The 4 is the marking of a short-term goal and cooperation and happy celebrations along the way. The 5 is, do you gain allies or do you gain adversaries? You want the 5 to come in reversed so you have cooperation to get you where you want to go. If it comes up upright, you still can get there, but you have to remember the lesson of overachieving or overcoming those obstacles that are inevitably going to be thrown in your way. And so once you get to the 6, you've realized that goal of success for yourself.
Yeah, I guess that's why I would say that you would have had to start manifesting probably somewhere in the Pentacles. I see the wands as like probably the second suit, not the first, not the last, not the third. I think I always have seen them as like the second suit in a deck. I don't know if there's like a particular order to them or not, but I kind of always seen it as that. I've always seen it as a suit that would follow the Pentacles, because Pentacles, in my mind, there's 2 types of people in the world: the ones that make the money and the ones that allow the money to make them. And I feel like the wands carries that attunement all the way until you get to almost the page, and then it just drops down in mentality and goes into like almost I don't care kind of attitude, you know. And then you have that wobbly knight that don't really know how to stand on his dang on stilts, so he's real wobbly and he's kind of insecure. And then all of a sudden you have a strong king, a strong queen, and a lazy king, in my opinion. So I definitely see this suit as a suit that kind of follows a pattern. You know, it carries its own weight, but it definitely follows real strongly for me behind Pentacles or coins, whatever you want to call it.
I guess I should have consulted you to see what suit I should have gone through first.
No,
eventually I got to get through them all.
This is just shit that this is just me and my personal life and where I placed them for me and my interpretation. If it's getting paired, if I see a Queen of Wands paired with a sword, somebody's pregnant. But I mean, that's just me. You know what I mean? That's just me. Well, it's a specific sword, but anyway, regardless of the fact, it's just the way that I interpret them and the way that I have found that they fit in my life. So I try to tell the stories according to how life experiences where I was able to walk through and walk to the other side.
Yeah, and I don't want to run into a Queen of Wands personality reversed, because she is she can throw the venom and flame, and she knows what buttons to push to hurt you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Easily. Yeah. That's why I'm like it's almost like it's not even a two-sided coin. It's almost like it's that duality coin that is a head on both sides or a tail on both sides, depending on where you're at in your journey. You know, which me am I going to present? You know, the leadership, the confidence, the courage, or am I going to present that stupid side of me that is immature and no life experiences, or I've lived a lazy life and everybody did everything for me kind of shit. So that I really see the wands as a make it or break it kind of thing. When you're working through that aspect of your life and your journey for yourself.
Well, don't tell my life story.
Well, if y'all have been paying attention and following me, I did the dark side of the cards last year, Thomas and I did. And wands and swords are actually my two favorites. And then I would put the majors, and then I would put the cups last, and then the pentacles. You know what I'm saying? I literally structure it different when I'm doing shadow work, but like my life existence is totally different. So one of my favorite suits. I love how dual they are. They can walk. It's like a Gemini. We can walk in two worlds at the same damn time. Your energy, I'm gonna match it. You know.
When you're talking about that, I was like, okay, so when I'm grounded, I bring the intelligent, the hardworking side, but when I'm not grounded, I bring the aloof, lazy,
Yeah.
dumb.
I mean that's just my opinion, but I mean that's how I see it. Yeah.
And I think it is important to gain a personal rapport with your tarot and have views like that are totally personal. You know, may not go with any other system or how any other reader reads things. It's just how you can line things up in your own mind and make it make sense, the whole complete story to yourself. Shall we go on to the 6 in numerology?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Numerology. In numerology, the number 6 is associated with harmony, balance, responsibility, nurturing, and domesticity. Here's how these qualities relate to the 6 of Wands tarot card. Harmony. The number 6 embodies the idea of harmony and equilibrium. In the context of the 6 of Wands, this suggests the balance between a personal ambition and recognition from others. It indicates that success has been achieved through alignment with one's inner values and external validation. Balance. The number 6 symbolizes balance and stability. In the 6 of Wands, this may represent the balance between leadership and humility, as the victorious figure is celebrated by others, but remains grounded and humble in their achievements. Responsibility. 6s in numerology often signify a sense of responsibility and duty. In the context of the 6 of Wands, this may suggest that success brings with it the responsibility to use one's influence and accomplishment for the greater good. Nurturing. The number 6 is associated with nurturing and caring for others. In the 6 of Wands, this could indicate that success is not just about personal achievement, but also about how one's accomplishment positively impact and inspire others. Domesticity. In the numerology, 6 is sometimes associated with domestic life and family. While this may not seem directly relevant to the 6 of Wands, it can suggest that success in one area of life, such as career or personal goals, can also contribute to a sense of fulfillment and harmony in one's personal relationships and home life. Overall, the numerology of the number 6 adds depth to the interpretation of the 6 of Wands, highlighting themes of balance, responsibility, and the positive impact of success on both oneself and others.
I just had a thought, the devil's horn 666. I mean, a lot of people see that number a lot. It could be about the devil's horns, the 666. That number that people see a lot, and they think it's about money and trying to go for too much money. And there's a duality to that, because you could be coming into money, but it's like you said, it's as you said, Hershe, you can't have, the certain formats that you need without the 6, so it's a double-edged sort of thing.
Absolutely. 100%. Since there's only a few people in chat, every once in a while, Thomas lets me, kind of do a tarot takeover. And I just want, there's got to be a way that you guys see it, or do you interpret it much differently than any of us? Or how does the 6 fit you? So for those of you that are in chat right now and future watchers, if you want to accept the challenge as I'm giving it right now, quickly drop in chats or comments and let me see where the 6 fits.
Well, I think of it as the little cars from the game of life. You've got mother and father, sister and brother, dog and cat. You've got a peg for each of those, and then your family is full.
Right. Okay. I don't have to see it like that, but I could see it. What about you, Michelle? Where is a 6 fit you? The 6 of Wands specifically.
I'm just trying to trying to just absorb the appreciation of a 6, and because I was thinking about too the negative kind of whatever I'm trying to say, the association with the 666. I was thinking during that as well, during that little last video, and like how it became so negative, but it is actually so positive. And then the reason why they are trying to scare us away from the number is where my head was at. Like, why are they trying to say it's such a negative, number? But maybe like Jeff touched on, is it can become that we've been saying, the duality of, if you let your ego get too far out of control, then that becomes, you're the devil, you know what I mean? And then that's where it could become negative.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know. I'm still absorbing all of this stuff.
I can see that.
Well,
I can see it.
If you take the MAGA movement and the symbol of the red hat, turn the words red hat, inverse them. So hat, red. Put it all together and it reads hatred. So that might be the mark of the 666 on someone's forehead for the time.
I love
But
that.
how do you get 6s out of that?
But...
The 6 letters, red hat.
Oh.
Hatred.
Is this like red rum?
Yeah, red rum.
I'm not trying to make a joke out of it. I've never thought about it like that, honestly. I mean, yeah, okay. So I'm giggling about it because I see the humor in it, and like I said, immediately when I see the numbers 66 or 666, because I work in balance, I'm also not scared of things that go bump in the night too much. What I first see is what it took to get those there. Well, I mean, guns that go bang are a different story, Thomas.
We had to roll out of bed and onto the floor last night because we had gunfire outside the condo.
Oh my God. Oh no.
Right outside our windows. We literally had to duck and roll last night. It was insane. I had to crawl out of my room after I rolled out of bed crawl out of my room, run to Thomas's room, make sure he was okay. And by the time I'm looking out the window doing the little peeping Tom thing, there's two little young cats, young gentlemen running on this side, our side of the yard, in our fence, running that way towards the back of the complex that we live in. I'm like,
so Hershey definitely got the short end of the stick by relocating to her home city in the barrio or in the ghetto where I live.
it's just people, and I don't care for a lot of people anyway. So if you're in my circle, trust me, well protected. This is why I don't like people.
Well, I did have to hear what you read about the number 6 again, though, and the balance and the symbolism of it, I guess, and like how the spiritualism of what it represents. So, and it's such a positive thing, right? So that's why I'm trying to wonder, why was it
I
always
wouldn't necessarily put it in a positive place. I would put it in a neutral place,
Okay.
like a place that, you know, when you wake up in the morning, you don't know if you're one of them that wakes up cute and be like, damn, I woke up like this, or if you're gonna wake up looking like a hot mess. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's gonna happen when you stand in front of that mirror. You look cute when you went to bed. You don't know what you're gonna look like when you wake up. That's where I feel I keep my 6, because actually I don't actually know. I don't know until it's firmly planted in my day if I'm going to have courage or stupidity. How am I starting this? You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean stupidity as an insult, guys. I'm saying it where knowledge is power. And if I'm using my courage side and I'm never letting my hair down and having fun and being silly, then I am not being dual and honest with myself. So I don't always want to start every day in courage mode. You know what I mean? Some days I just literally want to let my hair down and I don't want to have to take on the world, so to speak.
You have to allow yourself.
So I don't assign that positive or negative. I literally try to keep it in a dual, like a middle, a very neutral place.
What is the angel number, though? Isn't it an angel number, or does it represent something like that too?
A portal, angel numbers, just something of significance. Whenever those synchronicities pop up, just be aware of your surroundings and what's around you at the time and what blessings and gratitudes you can keep.
So Route 66 was a blessing to drive on, apparently.
It was.
It holds a lot of nostalgia for millions of boomers.
It was the path to better weather. Don't mean to joke you, but I do at the same time.
Well, again, we have to remember that if the tarot is a perfectly balanced tool of enlightenment, that there is no inherently negative, inherently positive. It's all balance. It all comes back to the center and the deck being complete, no matter which way it shuffled for the participant. It is balanced.
Yep. I would agree with that 100%.
Shall we go to the...
What? That
Do you think it's balanced?
Yeah, I agree with all of that. And you talked me through it really well too.
Don't be a sycophant.
A sycophant?
Yeah. I need to be challenged in this exercise.
There's nothing. I mean, when I throw something out, usually there's some element when I throw it out that I'm disagreeing with. That's why I asked the question neutrally, because I'm hoping someone else will disagree with you too.
But it's a safe place. You can be disagreed with.
That's bullshit. Yeah, that's what it is.
Absolutely.
Let's go on to our astrological zodiac planet and element associations. for the Six of Wands. Zodiac, planet, and element. Zodiac sign. The Six of Wands is often associated with the zodiac sign of Leo. Leo is ruled by the sun and is associated with the qualities such as leadership, confidence, creativity, and self-expression. The energy of Leo resonates with triumph and recognition depicted in the card. Planet. The sun is the primary planetary association for the Six of Wands. The sun represents vitality, success, self-assurance, and achievement. Its radiant energy symbolizes the triumph and recognition depicted in the card. Element. The elemental association of the Six of Wands is typically fire. Fire represents energy, passion, inspiration, and action. The dynamic and assertive qualities of fire align with the themes of victory, leadership, and the celebration depicted in the card. These associations emphasize the themes of confidence, success, leadership, and recognition that are central to the Six of Wands tarot card. They provide additional layers of meaning and insight into its interpretation within a reading. If you're getting value from these videos, please like, share, and subscribe. I thank you. Quick commercial. If you're not subscribed to Jeff of Tarotaskbackwards, or Hershe, the Shadow Reader, or myself, afterwards, you'll have plenty of time. There are links in the description. And we all thank you for whatever support you give us. So are we solidifying our meanings and associations of the Six of Wands? It's a card on the very surface that probably is one of the more easy ones to interpret along the way, because it is straightforward and there's not a lot of hidden agendas to it when presented in an upright position. Jeff, you're smiling. Is it an easy card to interpret?
It
personally
was. Now it has more depth because of this discussion. It has more depth. I understood everything and I agree with it, but it has way more depth now than just being.
Yeah, I agree to disagree, Thomas. I'm sorry. It's not an archetype. It's not got a fixed meaning. In my opinion, guys, I'm literally not speaking for anybody else. Just agreeing to disagree with Thomas. I do not think it's fixed. I think it is incredibly challenging because we are a Six of Wands. Whether we want to admit it or we want to float in a river somewhere in Egypt, all I can tell you is that we are a Six of Wands. And that we are complicated. We are chemistry. We are organic. We are living, breathing. We need sun. We need moon. We need people. We need life. We need interaction. We need food. We need water. All of this makes it even more complicated when you put senses, emotions, gifts, talents, attitudes, mind frames, dispositions, careers, challenges. Come on. No, I will never, ever see a Six of Wands as a cardinal fixed. No, I can't. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to leave it there. But no, this is a incredibly challenging card. It's a very thin line.
To even be born, you know, you have to have been an individual egg. You had to be the winning sperm. So right there is victory.
To get there, you wanted it.
To survive infancy is a victory. To not kill your mother in pregnancy is a victory. To
absolutely
get out of your teenage years without severely injuring yourself or injuring somebody else because you did something stupid and lame along the way. And then, you know, each decade your victories amount to more and more.
So, are you saying that you no longer see it as an easy to understand card?
Of course, I'm saying that.
Oh,
In the twisted, circumlocucious way that I have, yes, it was
I don't
straightforwardly
think he
easy.
ever saw it as simple.
I think what he's saying is by itself, it's a simple card, but paired with a lot of other things, it's very complicated to interpret.
Thank you for getting into my mind and making it succinct instead of circumventing.
I definitely agree to disagree. I love it. I love being able to have our own opinions about something and it be okay.
Well,
Whether you
I
like
kind of
it,
feel like
agree
you're
with it
saying
or
the
not,
same thing, Hershe, because of all the possibilities and the different implications it can have. You're gonna base that on whatever shows up with that card. So it's not just this card, and you're thinking all these different things. You need something to clarify. So I kind of feel like
well, I actually think it simplifies it when you put it with other cards. If it picks up an energy on something else, I think it makes it simpler when you pair it with like-minded scenarios, reads, whatever. I can see it as it being a subtracting agent. The more you add to it, the more you're subtracting from it. When you wake up every morning, I definitely see it as a duality card, and you don't know until you wake up or until you get up, until you start participating in the day, what that day of you and how much of you is required.
So in other words, it's just like all the other tarot cards.
Art by itself. I think it's incredibly challenging by itself.
Yeah, I think a lot of them.
It's like trying to match a paint color. It may not just ever match perfectly.
Exactly.
Okay, let's go on to our yes-no association. In a yes-no reading, the Six of Wands is generally a positive card, suggesting a yes answer, especially if the question pertains to achievement, recognition, success, or validation. This card indicates triumph, victory, and public acclaim, implying that things are likely to go well and that you may receive acknowledgement or praise for your efforts. However, it's essential to consider the surrounding cards and the specific context of the question. If the Six of Wands appears alongside challenging cards, or if the question doesn't align with themes of accomplishment or recognition, the interpretation may vary. Always trust your intuition and consider the broader context of the reading when interpreting a single card's yes or no significance.
That is the damn definition why I don't use tarot in my yawns.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is not a definite yes, it is not a definite no. It is colored by the neighborhood that it's set within.
Yeah, if anything, it's a strong maybe.
Okay, let's go to the rainbow farting unicorns portion of our show, the affirmations. Affirmation for the Six of Wands in the upright position. I embrace my victories with humility and gratitude. Success flows effortlessly into my life, and I am worthy of recognition. I lead with confidence, knowing that my accomplishments inspire others. I am the master of my destiny, and triumph is my birthright. An affirmation for the Six of Wands in the reverse position. I release the need for external validation and find strength within myself. I learn from setbacks and use them as stepping stones to greater success. I trust in my abilities and persevere through challenges with grace and resilience. I am worthy of success, even when it's not immediately recognized by others. So we come to the part of our program where we encourage you to be creative, get out your tools, your tarot journal, your colored markers, your pens, your paper, and just daydream while the story drones on in the background. And I had to change the name in this story because it created a hell of a lot of alliteration, and I can't speak in alliteration clearly because I get tongue-tied. So here we go with our story. And if you don't want to tarot journal, there is a bunch of Six of Wands cards in this video. Maybe catch them now or catch them on a replay. Triumph of Solstice Keep. Part 1. The Six of Wands Upright. In the heart of the ancient kingdom of Solstice Keep, where the sun kissed the golden fields and the air hummed with anticipation, a tale of triumph unfolded. At the break of dawn, the people of Solstice Keep gathered in the town square, their faces radiant with hope and excitement. Among them stood young Ellie, her eyes gleaming with determination, clutching a staff adorned with a laurel wreath, a symbol of her family's legacy. Today marked the grand tournament, an event where warriors from far and wide would compete for honor and glory. As the sun ascended, the tournament commenced with a flurry of cheers and trumpets. Contestants clashed in a spectacle of skill and strength, but it was Ellie who emerged victorious, her every move a dance of grace and power. With each opponent vanquished, the crowd's cheers grew louder and louder, echoing through the ancient stones of the keep. With the final blow delivered, Ellie stood triumphant, her heart pounding with exhilaration as the laurel wreath atop her staff glimmered in the sunlight. The Six of Wands showed brightly in the sky, a testament to her achievement and the admiration of her people. As the cheers subsided, Ellie knew that her journey had only just begun. With the tournament won and the day drawing to a close, Ellie's mind raced with visions of adventures that awaited her. She had proven herself worthy of Laurel's victory, but she knew that true greatness lay beyond the walls of Solstice Keep. With a sense of purpose burning in her heart, she made a vow to embark on the quest to seek out new challenges, to inspire others with her courage, and to carve her name into the annals of legend. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the land, Ellie set forth on her journey. Her staff held high, the laurel wreath gleaming with promise of triumph. The people of Solstice Keep watched her departure with pride and admiration, knowing that her name would be whispered in tales for generations to come. And so, under the banner of the Six of Wands, Ellie ventured into the unknown, her destiny waiting to unfold, her spirit ablaze with the fire of victory. Part 2. The Six of Wands Reversed. As Ellie journeyed beyond the borders of Solstice Keep, her path was fraught with challenges and uncertainties. The road ahead stretched into the unknown, shrouded in the mists of destiny. Yet, with the laurel wreath atop her staff and the memory of her triumph burning bright in her heart, she pressed onward, her spirit undaunted by the trials that lay ahead. But as days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, Ellie found herself beset by doubts and fears. The road grew ever more treacherous, winding through dark forests and barren wastelands, where shadows lurked at every turn. The Six of Wands, once a beacon of hope and victory, now cast a faint and flickering light, its radiance dimmed by the weight of uncertainty. With each passing mile, Ellie's resolve wavered, her footsteps heavy with the burden of doubt. The laurel wreath atop her staff seemed to mock her, and remind her of a fleeting moment of triumph, now overshadowed by the perils of her journey. She questioned herself, questioned her purpose, wondered if she had been destined to wander these desolate lands forever. In the depths of despair, Ellie came upon a village shrouded in mist, its people huddled in fear, their faces drawn and weary. They spoke of a great darkness that loomed over their land, a shadowy force that threatened to consume them all. Ellie knew that her journey was far from over, that her destiny was intertwined with the fate of these troubled souls. With newfound determination, Ellie took up her staff once more, the laurel wreath atop it now, a symbol of hope rather than of past glories. She vowed to stand against the darkness, to fight for the light that still flickered within her heart. The Six of Wands may have faltered, but its spirit lived on in her, a beacon of courage and resilience in the face of adversity. And so, with the people of the village at her side, Ellie embarked on a quest to confront the shadows that threatened to engulf them all. The road ahead was long and perilous, but she knew that with faith and determination, they would prevail. As the sun set on the horizon, casting long shadows over the land, Ellie and her companions marched forwards, their hearts ablaze with fire of hope. The journey ahead would be arduous, the challenges many, but they faced the unknown with courage and conviction, knowing that the light of the Six of Wands still burned within them, guiding their way through darkness. Part 3. The Triumph of Light. As Ellie and her companions ventured deeper into the heart of darkness, they encountered trials that tested their courage and resolve. Together they battled against the shadows that threatened to consume them, their spirits fueled by flickering light of hope that burned within their hearts. With each victory won and each obstacle overcome, the radiance of the Six of Wands grew stronger, its energy infusing them with renewed strength and determination. They fought not only for themselves, but for the future of all who dwelled in lands touched by the darkness. As they neared the source of the shadowy force, they faced the greatest challenge yet, a formidable adversary, cloaked in darkness and wielding power beyond comprehension. But Ellie stood undaunted, her staff held high, the laurel wreath atop it gleaming with brilliance of 1,000 stars. With a cry that echoed through the darkness, Ellie unleashed the full force of her inner light, channeling the energy of the Six of Wands into a beacon of pure, unyielding power. The shadows recoiled before her, their grip loosening as the light of triumph pierced through their darkness. In a blinding flash of light, the darkness was banished, vanquished by the unwavering spirit and courage and hope. As the sun rose on the horizon, casting a golden rays over the land once more, Ellie and her companions stood victorious, their faces radiant with the glow of triumph. The people of the village emerged from their home, their eyes filled with wonder and gratitude as they beheld the dawn of the new day. Ellie had brought them deliverance, her courage and determination shining as brightly as the sun itself. With the shadows dispelled and the darkness defeated, Ellie knew that her journey had come to an end. The laurel wreath atop her staff now glowed with the brilliance of true victory, its light a beacon of hope for all who dared to dream of a brighter tomorrow. And so, under the banner of the Six of Wands, Ellie returned to Solstice Keep, her name whispered in tales of heroism and bravery for generations to come. The triumph of light had prevailed over darkness, and in its wake, a new era of peace and prosperity dawned upon the land. As Ellie stood before the people of Solstice Keep, her heart filled with gratitude and humility. She knew that her journey had not been in vain, for in the end, it was not the laurels of victory that mattered most, but the light of hope that burned within her, a light that would guide her on new adventures and illuminate the path for all who followed in her footsteps. And so, with the sun shining overhead and the people of Solstice Keep cheering her name, Ellie looked to the horizon with a smile upon her lips, her spirit ablaze with the fire of triumph. For in her heart, she knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, the light of the Six of Wands would always guide her way. The end.
So I watched the picture show.
And thank you for contributing all the pictures to the picture show.
Absolutely welcome.
Michelle, did you create during that, or just take
Oh,
in the view?
I have to pay attention to the story to follow it. If I try to draw or anything, I can't. That's when I get disconnected, and then I get in my own head, and then I'm like, "What'd you say?" So I just watched the pictures and paid it. I actually couldn't even watch all the pictures. I close my eyes sometimes to absorb and imagine the story.
And I nearly fell asleep. I don't know if I'm
I
sleep
was-
deprived or
Okay, wait.
sugar overloaded. And
I'm going to tell you, your voice was very soothing, and I was even at one point I even thought, man, if it was my dad reading me a bedtime story, that would be so nice because I could totally fall asleep to his voice. Like it was very soothing and comforting. I liked it.
you're saying I should have been a breeder and had children.
I'm gonna play it when I want it when I feel like I can't sleep. I'm just kidding. That's coming out bad, but I mean it in a loving way.
I'm going to take it in the most positive way.
Yes.
The way it was intended. I
Thank
take that as a high compliment. Thank you.
And so when I would go to services, when I go to mass or something, I would have trouble staying awake. I'd always want to fall asleep, and I think it's because the vibration in there was always comforting. And because I do feel high vibrations when I go around any church, the spirituality, unless they're negative people. So in that case, it's like kind of put that up there with that. Like it was giving me a very comforting feeling. So thank you.
So I know later Jeff and I are going to appear on Heather's show tonight, and we're going to do
I can't wait.
tarot. What the hell?
Maybe we'll do some acrostic readings, some haikus.
Okay. I will probably be quantity challenged. Things may be short and sweet for me, but I'll try to follow along and keep up.
You did well last week, Thomas, with the cues. Remember, we had a cue and you wrote something. We're like, come on, yeah.
And there was his downfall. So, do you have anything you'd like to share, Jeff?
Well, I do. I kind of took the approach that there was that duality where a young girl was being judged for how she kind of worked it to get there. So young starlet took it off for glamour. The future would be brighter. No amount of judgment was going to stop her from staying centered in the public square among blazing embers. External stagnation. Can't count on the stars under which she was born to align in a way where people would stop casting even the slightest doubt on her unwavering conviction. All her effort and charm was meant to disarm. So she took someone's hand in marriage. Such was the procession. But the beginnings didn't seem so humble, since the men she took asunder brought her closer to a wedding day. No longer was she the subject of scorn. She had to kiss many frogs to find that one prince, drinking from a chalice where too many men's tongues had slipped, such that to her dismay, but ultimately her glory, she found the wealth and all the men taking ill and falling dead.
Wow.
That took a twist.
Wow.
I love it.
I like it.
the deep dark recesses of
Like I just feel like Hershe's take on the card with the duality. Like I probably took it too extreme, but
I think
No,
you.
it's
I don't think you did. I don't think you did. But
okay.
because that's symbolic. You know what I mean? They weren't for her. They fell dead. Mhm.
But she got to where she needed to be in the end, you know. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Through them and through that, yeah. And letting go goes with letting go of the past too.
When you read that aloud, I thought of a movie called Grey Gardens, a documentary.
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
It is. It's one that you either get into right away or can be turned off of right away. But the characters of the mother and daughter are so much of a train wreck that you have to watch.
Oh, okay.
And then the ultimate victory of the daughter after her mother passes makes it a feel-good story in the end, but you constantly question the mindset. Are these people actually working in reality or in dreams?
Okay. Might have to see if I can find it and check it out.
It would be well worth it. It is very dry, and you might be tempted to turn it off. It is definitely not for everyone, but in the end, it's a deep think.
Is it about like is the theme really dark, Thomas? Is it about
It's about women who live in a house on, I believe, Long Island or the Hamptons, that is a mansion, but it is the mother was supposed to marry a socialite, or somebody and so, like, she's related to Jacqueline Bouvier Kennedy, and so when Jackie became famous, she put together resources to put the house back into repairs, and because these two ladies weren't able to take care of it themselves, and you just question if they're playing with full decks because they're both so eccentric.
I might have seen this. Was this on HBO at one point?
I believe it was, and then it had a Drew Barrymore remake.
Yep, I saw it. She was good in that, and it was Drew Barrymore, and there was another famous actress in it. And you see Drew Barrymore get older through the course of the movie.
Yeah,
I've seen this.
And then what you really want to see the original documentary, because they're feeding the raccoons in the attic and through the holes in the floor because everything's falling apart around them. They're cooking.
So it's a money pit.
They're cooking sweet corn on a hot plate in the bedroom while they're both in bed. It's just
okay. I'm gonna watch. I'll watch.
Yeah, it's a train wreck, and then the younger Edie, it's Edie the mother and Edie the daughter, and the younger Edie.
Watch it while you prop your leg up.
Yeah.
What movie are you talking about?
Was Katie Holmes
Grey Gardens?
I can't remember.
But it is very, very thought-provoking, and it does come with a happy ending, and young
Don't ruin
Edie
it.
gets to move to Florida.
Don't ruin it. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Oh no!
Right. I'm saying, okay, stop. I'm gonna watch it, but he ain't stopped yet.
Now we don't need you.
Oh, Hershe's saying shut down the hard sell, Tom. Okay.
It's all
La,
about
la, 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 la.
And all we have left is to ask my guests what they have coming up. Hershe, you've been doing pop-ups with PD. Do you have another one planned or a true crime read later this week?
I do. We're not releasing names yet, but there is one on the books for noon for pre-record, 5 o'clock release. Monday, we've got meta messages. Let's see.
Jane will not be joining you, if I remember correctly.
I think so. I don't think so.
Yeah.
And then on the 1st, I will have the wonderful, phenomenal moon scarab, Ramon, on my channel. And we are going to, well, we'll just have to see. You'll have to tune in and find out. And then Shadow Wednesday for shadow work, we are building and creating sigils. So bring paper, pencil, and a crystal. And let's have some fun on Wednesday.
What kind of crystal? Any kind?
Any type you want. Whatever one you're drawn to bring.
Bring a crystal that glimmers with inspiration for you.
You know that I'm just going to bring them
or bring them all.
Or I'll just
all of you.
With this stand like right there and just bring it.
Yep.
And Jeff, you and I have the thing with Heather tonight, but what else is coming up for you?
Tonight, I have a collaboration with Sherry, Voices from the Swamp, coming up a week from, it's the 10th. So I think it's a Friday or a Saturday. And something else I'm still working on. An interview with a famous, a singer who had 2 top 40 hits in the 90s. I'm going to have on talking about her journey and her spiritual journey. I don't know the date yet, though. If you've looked at my community page, sometimes I posted things by her. That's all I'll say.
Okay, we'll end up with the last video, the summary of our 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands is a tarot card symbolizing triumph, recognition, and celebration. In the upright position, it represents achieving success and receiving acknowledgement for one's efforts. This card signifies leadership, confidence, and validation from others, as well as a sense of accomplishment and pride. It is a card of victory, where one's achievements are celebrated publicly and there is a feeling of triumph and fulfillment. In the reverse position, the 6 of Wands may indicate setbacks, lack of recognition, or overconfidence, leading to challenges. It can suggest the need for reassessment and humility, warning against arrogance or relying too heavily on external validation. Overall, the 6 of Wands reminds us the importance of balance, self-belief, and perseverance on the journey towards success. And I want to thank you all panelists for being with me, and I want to thank all of our guests in chat for being here and learning along with us. We're here for the community. Anyone who wants to comment after the show and suggest how things could be better, I'm all for it. I take constructive criticism and even obstructive criticism very well. So with that, I want to remind you all, be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and go out and make it a great day. Bye, everyone.